Alinsky always opposed tight relationships between community organizers and politics. So this is where Hillary decided to take Alinsky in a different direction.
While Alinsky wanted the radicals to pressure the government, Hillary wanted the radicals to become the government.
That's a clip from the hit film America, detailing a young Hillary Clinton's thoughts on the works of the controversial Chicago activist and far-left radical Saul Alinsky, the same man about whom she wrote her college thesis, which, by the way, was withheld from the public for years. Today we are learning new details about the pair's relationship. The Washington Free Beacon obtaining previously unpublished letters showing Hillary Clinton looked to Alinsky for advice, for encouragement, for years after she finished that thesis. These letters also suggesting that Alinsky had a deeper influence on her early political views than previously known. Joining me now, Dr. Ben Carson, who is a Fox News contributor, #1 New York Times bestselling author of One Nation, and former director of pediatric neurosurgery at Johns Hopkins. He's read all about Alinsky and some of these other radicals and has become, I think, somewhat of an expert on them. So what does it tell us that she may have had a tighter relationship, it certainly appears that from these letters that I now have read, courtesy of the Washington Free Beacon, than we knew?
Yes. Well, first of all, I hope people will actually go out and read about Alinsky. He was the original community organizer and really the guru of a lot of what's happened with the progressive movement in this nation. Mm-hmm. And interestingly enough, on his dedication page, he says we must give at least an over-the-shoulder acknowledgement of the original radical who gained his own kingdom, Lucifer. So it gives you some idea of where this guy is coming from. And looking at the letters, the fact that she's a 20-something-year-old student, and he's late 50s to early 60s, and she's calling him Saul, tells you that it was more than a casual relationship. And the fact that his secretary then opened a letter from her while he was on an extended trip to Europe, stating back to her that knowing of his feelings for you, I felt I should open this and make sure that there wasn't a delay. That tells you there was a lot going on there. So, but this isn't surprising at all when you look at some of the very radical progressive ideas that came out of this woman already. You think back at Hillary Care. I mean, that wasn't even accepted by the Democratic Party. It was so far out. And I hope people will go back and look at these things and not just brush them under the rug and say, what difference does it make?
Just so the viewers know, so as Dr. Carson points out, the secretary says, oh,